Hey, in this video, I'm going to cover the 6 reasons why I prefer not to sell flips through estate agents. And you'll be surprised at maybe at least 5 of those reasons. My name's Susannah Cole, and I run the Good Property Company. In our time, we've done over 200 deals, 217 deals, £45 million worth of property that we sourced for an agreed purchase price of 30 million quid. In the first 42 flips that we did, and I've done loads more, we took £402,000 in additional sales money than we expected. Although 1 in 5 sold for less than, but overall, it's quite clear you can make a lot of money through flipping. Now, estate agents, you've got to understand, there are almost 2 parts to an estate agent. There's the estate agent that's able to sell the property, attract the customer, do the viewings, agree the purchase. And I actually think that UK estate agents are really good at that. But then there's the other part. You may or may not be aware that on average in Britain, 1 in 3 property deals fall out of bed, meaning they don't go through, and they often fall out of bed at the beginning of the process, and sometimes tragically and heartbreakingly, they fall out of bed at the end of the process, as 2 to 3 months down the line. Why is that? That is primarily because the conveyancing, the moving the paperwork through, getting the mortgages done, getting the paperwork done, answering the queries, getting the searches done, just really satisfying inquiries to contract, things like that, is not done in a way that's efficient. And people change their minds, get fed up, can't get funding because the efficiency isn't delivered. And that, my friend, is unfortunately where British estate agency tends to have a failure point. They tend to be amazingly good at getting the property sold, but actually very poor at being able to get the property over the line. When I was flipping and I was doing the conveyancing myself, and deal sourcing, we got 1 in 10 properties that fell out of bed, not 1 in 3. So that meant that we had another 2 properties achieve success per 10, so 20% improved success than an estate agency. And that is the main reason why I like to use my own team when I'm flipping a property rather than an estate agent. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to give you these 6 reasons, but that gives you the background why estate agents are not always the best at flipping. Not the front end, it's always the back end. So let's fire into those 6 reasons. Are you ready to take notes? Here we go. Reason number 1, that you get access to the end buyer. So you are cutting out what sadly and unfortunately is a relatively inefficient middleman. So an estate agent will be like, yeah, I'll take the offer. Great. I'll put it to the end seller. But when you are taking the offer, before you accept an offer, guess what you're doing? You're saying, great, show me a decision in principle, meaning that they've already applied to see what kind of funding they can get as a mortgage. So show me a mortgage if you've already got one agreed. Show me your deposit. Show me your lawyers. Show me your financial advisor, and allow me to talk directly to your financial advisor, and show me proof of funds. I won't agree a flip until I've got that. So they're a little bit more locked down, they're a little bit more committed, they're not just like fairy pie in the sky. And then finally, you are going to agree a date and say, you're buying it on, I don't know, the 1st of the month. In 8 weeks' time, you're going to actually buy it. Now, in your mind, you'll always allow them 1 week slippage, but you hold them to that date. Are you willing and prepared and working towards that date? Because then we're all working to that date together. Now, they almost always will slip a week, but it means you don't have like a 4-month piece of nonsense process. You're in and sorted and paid within 8 weeks. So number 1, the really important thing is you get access directly to the buyer when you're flipping and all of their team, and you can help move things along. Reason number 2 is you are the best person to manage the diary when you're flipping the property. So an estate agent might get an inquiry in and they're like, yeah, we'll do, a viewing on Tuesday lunchtime, then 1 on Wednesday afternoon, then 1 on Thursday morning. No sense of competition. What you can do is decide in your diary, I'm only going to do viewings like Saturday mornings and Tuesday evenings. So then you're like, great, today's Tuesday. Do you want to view tonight or do you want to view on Saturday? What's best for your diary? And then what you've got is you've got a whole bunch of buyers every half hour seeing each other coming in and out and going, whoa, I better put an offer on this because I am right up against another buyer. Now, they don't know if those are the only 2 buyers you've got. You know, they're like, oh my goodness, this property is in demand. So you can manage the diary to give a sense of competition to your buyer, which is always pretty useful when they're bidding a price. Reason number 3 is you know your property inside out. Nobody else does. You've managed the refurb. You know what's gone into it. You can wax lyrical, should you like, on a boiler, why you put that particular one in if you did. You can talk about what it was like before, what it's like afterwards. You can talk about the lifestyle. You know, I imagined that a family could sit here, the children would be doing their homework, the parents would be having a cup of tea in the garden. I could see a child enjoying themselves here. I could see somebody in their retirement just enjoying life so beautifully, overlooking the park. You can set the scene because this is the only house you're flipping out right now. So your heart is in it and you can share your soul with your buyers. And that picture, that lifestyle image really helps them decide, I could see my life here. I like the picture you're painting for me. Reason number 4, you get direct feedback from your buyers. You know, if you've used an estate agent, you're like, why didn't those people viewing want to do it? They didn't really say. No. When they viewed, you are the person that phones them up and say, hey, you viewed at 9 o'clock on Saturday. Today's Monday. What are your thoughts? You're not going to proceed. What was it that made you feel that this wasn't the home for you? And you will get the exact feedback. Now, either you can tweak this home, you can decide now they just weren't the right buyer, or you can take that learn into the next project you do so that you can fit better your buyers and get your homes sold in seconds. Reason number 5, you can market your property your way. Now, I teach you in any of my flipping education, and if you have a look on my website, thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk, there is there's a whole flipping section on there, thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. I show you how to create lifestyle. I talk to you about what people are looking for: warmth, comfort, security, love, affection, sexuality, friendship, family, status. So you can create that lifestyle, and you can really emphasize on the posing kit what you've done, but also in the conversation. So it's a little bit like the previous tip, but it's very much about you understanding who your customer is and emphasizing that lifestyle. I have been in viewings with estate agents, and they open their door and they say, tell me about the property, and I go, yeah, it's got some windows and there's a radiator, and that's it. And then they play on their phone. I can play on your phone all you like, mate, but you're not giving me the love vibe that I am moving into this house. Now, the final tip, which is the tip you were expecting, is you can save a ton of money, and you can save a ton of money. Let's just say an estate agent's going to charge you 1.5%, and you're flipping a property at, 300,000, the UK average property. They are going to charge you £4,500. But remember, I told you that conveyancing is not normally an estate agent's strong point. They're brilliant at getting in customers in, and they're brilliant at selling the property, but they're really terrible about getting it over the line. So they're going to charge you £4,500 when your job is to really get it over the line. Ain't done till the fat lady sings, and you ain't paid until the money's landed. So what if I told you that you could sell your property for, at the moment, 99p? We tend to use an online website, we're not affiliated with them, called I Am The Agent. 99 quid. You've just saved yourself 4,400 and a penny, and you've probably, if you're doing the job right, the way I teach you, which is why I go to my website, thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk, you're probably going to be much more successful at conveyancing and get the property over the line. So that's why saving almost 4,400 and a penny on an average sale house is a really great tip, but it's my 6th tip, because tips 1 to 5 are about you getting the property sold and getting the property over the line, and only 6 is saving money. So like, subscribe, and good luck to you in all of your flipping. And did you see I've got a whole flipping playlist for you on here as well. Good luck to you. I hope you enjoyed that vid. There is a 101 lessons pack if you haven't downloaded it already, 102 pages, I don't stint. If you just click on the link over there, you can download it now.